All right, welcome. Today we are going to trace the incredibly turbulent, self-doubting, and in the end, triumphant journey that William Shakespeare's poetry took to arrive at one of the most famous descriptions of love ever written.
But here's the thing, before he could even begin to define what love is, the speaker in his sonnets had to fight his way through a whole series of crises. And it all starts with something really profound and, honestly, kind of baffling: complete silence.
Okay, so let's dive into this first massive challenge. You're a poet, and your inspiration has totally ghosted you.
You gotta understand, for a Renaissance poet, the Muse was everything. Losing her wasn't just, writer's block. It was like losing the divine spark, the very power to create anything at all.
So Shakespeare's speaker doesn't just, gently ask the Muse to come back. Not at all. He scolds her. He demands to know why she's been wasting her sacred talent on worthless subjects when his beloved, who he sees as the source of all her power, is right there, waiting. He even imagines the excuses his muse might make, right? Like, oh, but the beloved's beauty is just too perfect to even describe. But he just cuts right through all that. The real point of poetry, he argues, isn't just to make things sound pretty. It's a desperate mission to rescue beauty from being forgotten.
So his muse is finally awake, back on the job. But now a much, much greater enemy appears on the stage: time itself.
And here, Shakespeare gives us this just chillingly subtle metaphor. He says beauty fades like the hand on a clock. It's always moving, but you can never actually see it move. It's a fear that feels so incredibly modern, doesn't it? That quiet anxiety that we're aging invisibly, day by day.
And this fear isn't just some abstract idea. Oh no, the speaker has been counting. 3 whole years, 3 winters, and 3 summers have gone by since he first laid eyes on his beloved. And that realization leads him to make this incredibly bold claim. He looks back at all of literary history, all those old poems praising beautiful people, and says, you know what? They weren't actually writing about people in their own time. They were writing prophecies, unknowingly describing the person I love today. So you see what's happening? Poetry becomes a race. It's this urgent, desperate mission to outrun time's scythe, to build a monument out of words that can preserve this person's beauty before it's gone forever.
But before he can make that final grand statement about love, the poet has to do something really difficult first. He has to confront his own flaws. The journey turns inward.
I mean, this is a stark, public confession. He admits to making himself a motley, which means wearing the costume of a court jester. He's been playing the fool. And this is almost certainly a reference to the social stigma of being an actor. It's this timeless fear, isn't it? That what you do for a living might somehow make you unworthy of true love?
And he just lays it all out there. He lists his sins. He's wounded his own mind. He's cheapened his affections. He's turned away from the truth. It's a full, painful accounting of his own unworthiness. And this is one of the most powerful images in the entire sonnet sequence. A dyer's hand, right? It's permanently stained by the colors it works with. Shakespeare is saying his job, his public profession, has stained his very soul, a mark that he feels just can't be washed clean. So after all that confession, after blaming his public life, what does he do? He throws himself completely at the mercy of his beloved. He basically decides that their opinion is the only one in the entire universe that matters. Everyone else, they're as good as dead to him.
So, let's pull all this together. After going through writer's block, the fear of aging, and this deep personal shame, the speaker is finally ready. He's ready to deliver his monumental definition of what true love actually is.
He starts with language that everyone listening would have recognized instantly. It's straight from the Anglican marriage ceremony. But he's not talking about a marriage of bodies, it's a marriage of true minds. And he declares that nothing can stand in its way. If love changes just because circumstances change, well then, it wasn't really love to begin with. And this is the core idea. Love isn't some feeling that comes and goes with the weather. Haha, no, it's a permanent landmark. It's like a lighthouse or a tower on the coast that stands absolutely steady, even when the most violent storms are crashing against it.
And he does something really clever here. He defines love by telling us what it is, but also, just as powerfully, what it is not. It's a guiding star for any lost ship, sure, but it is never, ever a victim of time. It doesn't bend, it doesn't break.
And then he makes the ultimate claim.
True love doesn't just get you through a bad mood or a tough year. Nope. It endures all the way to the edge of doom, to Judgment Day, the literal end of the world.
And he finishes with this audacious, almost reckless bet. He stakes everything on this definition, his entire artistic legacy and the entire history of human experience. He's basically saying, look, if you can prove me wrong about this, then I take it all back. I never wrote a single word, and no one in all of history has ever truly been in love.
And that kind of leaves us with this final big question, doesn't it? After this long, painful journey through so much human weakness, doubt, shame, fear, is this hard-won certainty an achievable reality? Or is it maybe the most beautiful aspiration we have, the ever-fixed mark we all try to steer our lives by, even if we can never quite reach it?